On this episode of Captain's Tales, we're angling a rare phenomenon, the Florida Everglades waterfalls.
Fish on. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, fish. Well done. Just barely hooked.
Throughout maritime history, there have been experts on the water who knew how to navigate and locate their bounty. These individuals held the secrets to where, when, and how. This still holds true today. Get ready for an angling experience filled with sea secrets, fantastic fishing, and great destinations. For on this show, it's only the captain and the camera.
We're putting in on the freshwater side of Port of the Islands and running through the canals that crisscross the vast Florida Everglades. Our captain on this trip is JoGene Holaway, a Florida native and successful tournament angler. On this charter, we're witnessing a rare phenomenon of nature, the Florida Everglades waterfalls, caused by a late summer tropical rain runoff. Captain JoGene's plan is to fish these rain runoff waterfalls for black bass and the multiple game fish they can attract.
Typical, a lot of people will fish the twitch tail with a offset hook on the bottom. Well, what I do, I've learned about 15 years ago from a good buddy of mine, Mark Dawes, is I come to the top now. And when I come to the top, use a 5/0 wide gap, extra heavy hook because we're fishing for good fish, and I'll just expose it just to lose the barb. So instead of hooking it on the belly side, which you only have one gut cut, now you have 3 little ribs here on the top that you can, if it tears up, you got two more places to go. But this is a more erratic presentation with a hook on top. Fish on. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, fish. That's what it's all about. I'll take this one here and put him in the live well and we'll move him down the way. I tell you, all my friends throw braid, Power Pro, goat rope, all the above. I'm old school. 20-pound big game. I do check the line for frays. Simple enough to retie. I fish tournaments, I fish for big fish. 20-pound big game is my ticket. Fish on, baby, fish on. Bait slid all the way up the line. A beautiful little fish. Healthy. whatever they can do to spit that hook or get away. What a lot of people don't realize when they say black bass, see how black that baby is. Southwest Florida black bass. But the lateral lines are just sometimes they're just so beautiful on some of them, and they all vary.
Captain JoGene keeps working his way down the canals, casting around and into the rushing water, and swirling pockets of bait and predators on the feed.
We'll see. That grass is so thick right there. We should see a tail come out of it soon. What a beauty. Good coloring. Our plan today was meeting my new friends Rob and Chris, Captain's Tails, close to Southwest Florida, Port of the Isles, the Everglades. Going to do a little freshwater fishing. Something a little different on this side with the freshwater fishing, the rain runoff. Fishing basically you got largemouth black bass, tarpon, snook, mine cichlid, blue tilapia, Oscars. Just never know what you're going to catch next. I've been fishing out here for over 30 years as a little kid growing up. 20 years competitively out here and fun fishing. The big thing is in the last 2 years, this time last year, same time this year, with all our heavy rain downfall, the water's finding a few little spots that it breaks out the side of the canal, which basically opens up a washout or a feeding frenzy with baits and creatures just washing out of the Everglades and fish coming up and feeding what nature at its best. The key baits that I've been throwing down here have been the twitch tails. I'm fortunate to be a pro staffer for Bass Addiction Gear, and I can make my custom colors and baits. Steve Dial, personal friend, but it's nice to be a pro staffer and to be able to do your mindset of a custom color that you like or want to use. The key colors that I've been using, which I've used over the years, and I melt down and remold, is watermelon candy. Basically just a transparent green with like a watermelon, so to speak, with a green, purple, and blue fleck in it. Looks like a little bluegill. Some of the colors, another hot color is a watermelon red. Same bait, just watermelon red. One other color that I didn't have a whole lot of confidence in, and I do now over the last 3 weeks, is gold brim. Same thing, just basically a translucent bait with a heavy fleck. And another one I like to use early in the morning or when it gets overcast, smoking silver. Basically it's more dense and just like I would say just looks like a little baby finger mullet or a small little bass, so to speak, but heavy flecked with silver. One key is that I've learned over probably 15 years ago through another tournament fisher, fellow friend. I use 5/0 wide gap hooks, but I use a heavy wire hook. And actually the weight of the hook it helps as far as the weight, let alone the strength of holding on to the fish that will straighten out a fine wire hook. But one thing I did learn is instead of hooking it under the belly as most people would, I hook it through, you have to pop the little piece off, but I come through the top. And just like you would do on the bottom, come through about a 1/4 inch, pop it out the top, and when you come in through, then you're going to twist it. And then your little lock, your G-lock, will lock in the bait there. And then as you come back here, just bunch it up a little bit and just put the barb in just that so slightly. So what it entails is, instead of this bait doing just a twitch here and there, now it's going to twitch, and it's going to jump because of the hook being on top instead of being on the belly. And if it's being on the belly, you're only going to get 1 or 2 hook sets and it's going to tear the bait up. This way too, you've got 3 different, if it tears here, you can come over to this side and hook it on that side. If that tears, you can come back over here and hook it here. As long as the nose stays intact. But some of the fish we hit out here, they're just not going to fire out of the bait. And as you can see, we have a bottom full of boat of soft plastic that I will remold with custom colors or the same colors, but just remold the bait, melt down and redo. Pro staffer and part of Team Boomstick with Kistler rods. These are G Loomis blanks by Kistler. The one that I like to use a lot out here is their magnesium. It's not the lowest in their line, but it's for action and working the tip. I like it as far as the lengthwise. This is a 7.3, and just the action, the tip. Next one in the line is the Argon. They just came out this one a couple years ago. I like the Argon because it has a little more length, has a little more flip it on this one here. This is not the high-end Kistler rod, but this is their helium. It's their second to the best. Their Z-Bone is their best. But what I did on this one here, I have a little weight on here, but this is slower fishing. The sensitivity on this, basically it's a GLX blank made by Kistler rods. But I'm fortunate to be part of the Kistler team and love my Kistler rods. Kistler rods I team up with the Shimano Curados. A lot of people don't see these anymore. I'm old school. This is the only reel that I throw. I know that the reel inside and out. It's bulletproof. I throw 20-pound big game on most of my stuff, mono. But this reel, dollar for dollar, you cannot beat the wear and tear on these reels. That I've got hours and hours and hours on these reels. But great product, great tool, great combination. I like the Curados mixed with the Kistler rods. The world of bass fishing doesn't owe JoGene Holaway one dime. If I can do anything to give back to the sport that's given so much to me, I do private trips. I don't do it on a full-time basis. I do it on a part-time because I have other businesses. But my passion's on the water. I only do freshwater. I'm fortunate that I have a few buddies that do saltwater that I'm able to get out with them. But I've actually taken some of my saltwater buddies and got them hooked on the bass fishing, freshwater side. That's really neat too. So it's the best of both worlds. We live in Southwest Florida, and you got freshwater one side and saltwater on the other.
During late summer and early fall, heavy tropical rains can flood the Everglades River of grass, which in turn creates the waterfall effect, as the runoff water finds its way from the shallows into the deep canals and creates feeding stations for multiple species of game fish.
Oh, look at the snook underneath him. The snook's gonna eat him. Look at that snook. See the dirt coming out of the... Oh, see the snook? Oh, the tarpon's right there. The tarpon's trying to get my bait. The tarpon's trying to get my bait hanging there on the line. Did you see that? Woo! I've got a bass on and the tarpon's trying to eat my bait. It's hanging up. I think the tarpon's after it again. I'm gonna get a double here. He sees that bait there. See, there's the tarpon right there. He's after it. See? There. Oh my God, what footage. Well, we got one bass. Tarpon was all over the slide up bait. What do you do? Thank you, Lord. Thank you, fish. Where the mine sit, look, people call them cichlids, but they're very colorful. A lot of people mistake them for a peacock bass, but they're an exotic that's gone crazy. But as you see, their mouth's big enough to get that bait in there. Look at the color on that baby. But he ate the whole bait. So once that mouth is that big, you can see his little teethers. He's serious. What beautiful color when the sunlight hits him. But now where's the spot? See the spot? Whoop, he's peeing. There's a spot there, but the Oscar has a little more brighter spot. Squeezing the pee out of him. Swim to live another day. See the water's running off the edge underneath it. It's one big habitat down there. And if you get up in there like that, let it die. It's called dead sticking. Let's see what we got. Fish on. Is that amazing? Look at the base of that maiden pan. I didn't do nothing. That fish caught himself. Another little fatty. A little Southwest Florida chunk. Middle of the Everglades.
Captain JoGene is very passionate about Florida's natural world, and especially Florida's black bass. His knowledge and experience made today's charter a rare glimpse into fishing one of nature's most bizarre adaptations to tropical rain runoff.
Here he goes. Nice little chunk. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, fish. Almost done. Just barely hooked. Barely skin hooked. Thank you, Lord. Southwest Florida largemouth black bass. I thank Rob and Chris both for taking a little time out their day themselves to spend a little time on the water with me and see what I do. I mean, this isn't my tournament water, but this is where I go and fun fish. But I mix the fun fish up with the tournament fish, and you got to. If you enjoy fishing what we did today, it's a blast.